with the first chapter in your first flight textbook, A Letter to God. The LIs that we will be covering through this chapter are: first, ask and answer factual questions based on the text. The second, find meanings of new words using a dictionary and use them in sentences. The third, identify different types of conflicts in a text. Fourth, identify irony in a text. So for today's class, we will be focusing on two of these LIs. The first, ask and answer factual questions, and the second, find meanings of new words using a dictionary and use them in sentences. Now we'll be doing a read aloud from pages 3 to 5 on your first flight textbook. So please open that for chapter 1. During the read aloud, please read along with me in the textbook. Those who do not have a physical copy, as I mentioned before, please download it before proceeding with the read aloud, because you will need to read along with me. If you have a physical copy, then please underline any words you do not understand. If you don't have a physical copy, then please note down any words that you do not understand. So we will now be moving to page number 3. Please open page number 3. Alright, we'll begin with the read aloud. The house, the only one in the entire valley, sat on the crest of a low hill. From this height, one could see the river and the field of ripe corn, dotted with the flowers that always promised a good harvest. The only thing the earth needed was a downpour, or at least a shower. Throughout the morning, Lencho, who knew his fields intimately, had done nothing else but see the sky towards the northeast. "Now we're really going to get some water, woman," the woman who was preparing supper replied. "Yes, God willing." The older boys were working in the field, while the smaller ones were playing near the house until the woman called to them all, "Come for dinner." It was during the meal that, just as Lencho had predicted, big drops of rain began to fall. In the northeast, huge mountains of clouds could be seen approaching. The air was fresh and sweet. The man went out for no other reason than to have the pleasure of feeling the rain on his body. And when he returned, he exclaimed, "These aren't raindrops falling from the sky. They are new coins. The big drops are 10-cent pieces, and the little ones are fives." With a satisfied expression, he regarded the field of ripe corn with its flowers draped in a curtain of rain. But suddenly a strong wind began to blow, and along with the rain, very large hailstones began to fall. These truly did resemble new silver coins. The boys, exposing themselves to the rain, ran out to collect the frozen pearls. "It's really getting bad now," exclaimed the man. "I hope it passes quickly." It did not pass quickly. For an hour the hail rained on the house, the garden, the hillside, the cornfield, on the whole valley. The field was white as if covered with salt. Not a leaf remained on the trees. The corn was totally destroyed. The flowers were gone from the plants. Lencho's soul was filled with sadness. When the storm had passed, he stood in the middle of the field and said to his sons, "A plague of locusts would have left more than this." The hail has left nothing. This year we will have no corn. That night was a sorrowful one. All our work for nothing. There's no one who can help us. We'll all go hungry this year. Okay, so now here, after having read this part of the story, we see there are some factual questions that we need to answer. Now, how do we answer them? So, the first one, what did Lencho hope for? So, to be able to answer that, I need to go back to the text and find out what it is he hoped for. Let's see in the first paragraph. Can you find with me what he was hoping for? I'm guessing all of you have thought about this, and I think that Lencho was hoping for rain. We can find that by reading the first paragraph, where we are seeing Lencho who's always looking at the sky. And the reason he's looking at the sky is given in the dialogue. Now we're really going to get some water. And the woman who is replying, yes, God willing. So this was all pointing towards what Lencho is hoping for. The man went out for no other reason than to have the pleasure of feeling the rain on his body. So that is another evidence that tells us that this is something that he wanted, this is something that he hoped for. Now we'll look at the second question. Why did Lencho say the raindrops were like new coins? So having read till here, there's some things that we are understanding that he was hoping for rain. And why was he hoping for rain? Probably because we know plants need rain to grow, to develop. And as a farmer, it's really important for him that his plants are growing well, his crop is growing well. So if we think about why did Lencho say the raindrops were like new coins? Now coins means money. And as a farmer, his occupation is to grow crops and sell them for money. So rain is what is going to help him to harvest those crops, good crops, and sell them for good money. So this is why Lencho was saying that the raindrops were like new coins, because the raindrops clearly meant that he was going to earn some good money through his crops. Third question. How did the rain change? What happened to Lencho's fields? Can all of you find out with me? Let's go back again. So first we see here mountains could be seen up, mountains of clouds could be seen approaching. And we see these are raindrops falling. So here we see rain. And then he's satisfied. But suddenly a strong wind began to blow, and along with the rain, very large hailstones began to fall. Okay, so if we go back to the question, how did the rain change? So the rain changed from good raindrops, which made Lencho satisfied, to a strong wind with hail. So there was a storm. This is how it changed. And what happened to Lencho's fields? As we can see here, not a leaf remained on the trees. The corn was totally destroyed. So what happened to Lencho's fields? His fields were destroyed. What were Lencho's feelings when the hail stopped? Okay, now we go back to the text again. Okay, so hail stopped, not a leaf remained, corn was totally destroyed, flowers were gone from the plants. Lencho's soul was filled with sadness. When the storm had passed, he stood in the middle of the fields and said, "A plague of locusts would have left more than this. The hail has left nothing. This year we have no corn." That night was a sorrowful one. So twice we are seeing sorrowful and uh, sadness. So what were Lencho's feelings when the hail stopped? They were sorrowful, they were sad. So before starting the read aloud, I had asked you to underline or note down words that you do not understand. So I hope you have noted down these words. Because for homework, you will be completing a particular diagram that I'll just show you for each word that you have noted. So here in the diagram, we will note the word in the middle. Then we'll write the definition of that word, which we find from the dictionary. So the dictionary definition we will write over here. And then the sentence we'll write in this box using the word. So first the definition, then we write a sentence using the word. Then we'll note down some synonyms. So synonyms are similar words and antonyms are opposite words, as you all must already know. So here's an example. Draped was a word that we found in the text. The definition, the dictionary definition of this word is cover or wrap loosely. A sentence that I made with this was, she draped the sari over her shoulder. Synonyms are covered, enclosed, enveloped, arranged. Antonyms are unwrapped, uncovered, laid bare. So please copy this diagram in your notebook now for you to use later. I hope everyone is copying in the notebooks. Please take 2 minutes to copy down the diagram. Okay, so now we'll move on to homework. So the first part of your homework is to read from page 5 after the comprehension check. So basically we have read till here, right? We'll all go hungry this year. So what you need to do is start reading from but and from but till here, God, on page number 6. Also, you need to complete this oral comprehension check in your notebooks. So these 3 questions you need to complete in your notebooks. So read till page 6 and then complete the comprehension check in your notebooks. Then take a picture of this and share with your English teacher today itself. Complete the given diagram, this one, for each difficult word you have found from page 3 till page 6. So basically everything that we have read in class as well as what you will be reading for homework till page 6. Please note this down. Great. So it has been great learning with all of you. Please do your homework and share with your teachers, and I'll see